It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Tony Stewart. Tony, tell us about your run.
I don't know. I got to ask Jamie McMurray because apparently he was talking about me. But no, I'm happy with it. Wasn't the prettiest third place we've ever got, but you know, if there was ever a day to take one, this was the day for sure. We had nothing to lose on that last caution, and were able to come in and get 4, and we saw how it paid off for the 11 and 24. And you know, we had the luxury of, since we were at the tail end of the pack there, being able to pick which line we wanted, and knowing that if there was any kind of gap at all, that we were, with the tire, you know, fresh tires, we were going to be able to go wherever we wanted and have enough grip. So you know, that's basically just what we did. I mean, we just picked whichever hole we wanted, and we were able to get up to a good spot, and then just got lucky being on the bottom when you know, the wreck happened in the 3 at the end.
We'll open up to questions from media. Again, state your name and affiliation. Start with Tom.
Congratulations, Tony.
Thank you.
Follow up on a question we asked earlier. There's been a lot of bad news over the winter about layoffs and economic hard times. It seemed to be a very entertaining race tonight. How big was it to get the season started off on a big note, just for the sport in general, as well as your team?
I think it was big, obviously. I mean, I think I was, well, I think one of the funniest things I think I've laughed about the whole day today is, as oddly as it's going to sound, is when the national anthem was going on and the lady's microphone kept going in and out, and it was like the crowd just picked it up from there, and the whole crowd was singing the national anthem, and it was like you just didn't miss a beat, and it's like you didn't even care if her mic came back on or not. Bless her heart, but it was just one of those things that was like, you know what, this sport's going to be all right, and the fans were here, and the fans were pumped up about the shootout tonight, and it just kind of, it made me smile and made me laugh and made me forget that I was getting ready to get in my own race car for the first time. So, you know, if that's any sign of what's to come with the economy and the fans, we got some dedicated fans, and we got fans that no matter what the circumstances are, they're going to rise to the occasion, obviously. But as far as us tonight, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better night. I mean, like I said, it wasn't that we were the third place car, but we ended up finishing third, but we weren't the third place car. You know, we had, I think, probably one of the top 5 best handling cars out there. We just got some things that we need to work on, but it's given us a direction on what we need to concentrate on this week before the qualifying race. And then obviously, if we haven't figured it out by then, we got 2 more days to work on it. So, but I'm really proud of Darian. I'm proud of all the guys. They had really good stops tonight. Man, as odd as it's going to sound, it was like Darian and I, it almost sounded like we'd worked with each other before. I mean, I really was surprised in the confidence I heard from him. You know, every time the caution came out about what we were going to do, how much of a change we were going to make, he really impressed me tonight. And you never know what's going to happen that first night with a new guy, and you know, it really put me at ease, I guess, the whole night. Just hearing his confidence on the radio gave me confidence, and you know, we led laps tonight. We were a factor at parts of the night. You know, I think everybody at some point of the night was vulnerable and able to fall to the back and get freight trained. But you know, we led laps. We ran in the top 5 a lot. You know, we were in the back a lot too. But we at the end we ended up where we needed to be.
Bruce.
Bruce Martin with SI.com. Did it feel like the dawn of a new era for you, or just like old times?
I don't know. I mean, it was like business as usual while you were in the car. But you know, like I said, when we led those laps, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I mean, it wasn't any different. Didn't seem like it was any different than when we were in the 20 car, you know, in the past. But it wasn't until the caution that came after we got the lead there that it was like, man, we just led some laps in our first race with our own stuff. So. You know, it's a proud moment when you realize that you've seen everything happen firsthand at the shop and seen it build and develop over the winter to see how it got here. It's not just, you know, disappear for the winter and go off and mess around on vacation or whatever, and then show up at the track, and all of a sudden you go to work again. It's been a little more detailed than that for me this winter, so I guess it hit a little harder when we led those first laps.
David, you have a question?
David wants to know what time supper's being served.
Jesus.
Sorry.
That's all right. It's, that's all you got, your cheap shot. Just knock yourself out. Tony Stewart, David Poole.
I want to eat too. I'm hungry too.
Yeah, David Poole, Sharp Observer. The tone of this race seemed to be, I don't know, it was almost like everybody was on edge waiting on stuff to happen, and it happened. That's really all unusual for the shootout. Did it seem like a little bit, the cars bumping around a little bit more than usual to you, or was it about the same?
I felt like for the most part it was the same. I mean, I think we noticed last night between the two sessions, race practices yesterday, that the second session everybody had more grip. So anytime you get more grip, guys are going to start putting it in places that are going to make them get edgy. But what surprised me was how many times guys could go through the middle and not be just totally out of control. Guys got their cars driving pretty good to where when they got in the center like that, they were able to go on and not be, waiting on the wreck to happen. But, it's just a lot of movement around there. It's, this isn't the widest track that we run on by any means. It's, it gets pretty crowded, especially when you get 3 wide there. And even at the end there, we were, I think on the last lap, we were 4 wide at one point in 1 and 2. And that's something you very, very rarely see. And, I didn't, as much as it just seemed like it was half out of control, it seemed like everybody was in control too. It just guys were, anytime they get more comfortable, guys are just going to push that much harder and get them to where they are on the edge again. So that's basically what happened.